Hello, everybody, and welcome to the podcast Dishing with Stephanie's Dish, where I talk to people equally obsessed with food in whatever capacity. And here I'm talking to Denny Rain, and she is the founder of Coco Flake. And you might not be like obsessed with food, but I have a feeling you're obsessed with chocolate.
I feel like everybody is obsessed with chocolate in some sort. It's like whether it's chocolate ice cream or a little bit of chocolate here and there, maybe a darker chocolate or white chocolate, but somehow everyone has that little chocolate craving every now and then, right?
Yes, I would totally agree with that. And I first discovered your chocolates at the Golden Fig. Lori is a friend of mine, and I shop at the store. And she walked me over to her chocolate case and she was like, "You got to see these. It's a lady. She lives in town. They're amazing." And I was so blown away by the look of the chocolate. And then I tried it, and it's sometimes it's rare that the like beauty of a chocolate matches the flavor profile. Sometimes like they're either so beautiful and then they're kind of like wah wah, but you like have it all going on in that one little bonbony bite. How did you come onto the scene and how did you learn about making chocolates?
Well, I've been a pastry chef. I've been interested in pastry for my entire life. My main inspiration was my aunt. Here, I'm going really, really back in
Sure.
my life. She used to make this beautiful fruit cakes and also small desserts. And I was just blown away of how she was able to make such good things. And all I wanted was to be like her. And when I entered my pastry career, was a way for me to honor her memory. And so I've been a pastry chef for 11 plus years, 12 years. That's how I have that knowledge of how a dessert should be balanced. And eventually in 2020, I found some chocolate polycarbonate molds into the workplace that I was at. And I became absolutely obsessed of how shiny these bonbons were. You know, when you know something that exists, but you're not really familiar with the thing, and all of a sudden, like you discover this thing, and you're just like, wow, an entire new world has been opened in front of my eyes. So that's
Yes,
how it
because
was for chocolate.
that's how I feel about you. Because like I watch your videos on YouTube and or not on YouTube, on Instagram, and I watch you like painstakingly painting in these molds and then pouring the chocolate in, getting the sauces exactly right or the fillings. And that's kind of how I feel about you. I feel like you make this like alchemy and then it's just like magic.
Yeah, pastry is magic if you think about it, because it's all like measuring the ingredients right. If you put a little bit too much of this, it's going to be too sweet. And I think that that's how my fillings are so good. It's because I have that pastry knowledge behind my back, and I can use it and apply it into chocolate. Chocolate was always something that I've been wanting to learn more because I didn't know how to temper chocolate, how to properly work with chocolate. So after 2020, I invested into this chocolate career and went to Verona School in New York. And it was a 3 day intense course on how to learn how to do these things, learn everything. Obviously, 3 days is not enough time to learn, but I got the basics of it. And then I've a lot of things are like in pastry trial error. So I started working at home with these things and chocolate, and getting them to my friends and family and see how they reacted to them. And then everything went well. So my partner was like, "You should do this. This makes you happy. You should just invest in this business." And that's what I did.
And you were talking early in the morning because you still are going to your day job and doing pastry chefing, right?
No, I actually scoop ice cream.
Oh, that's so funny. Where do you work?
I work at Two Scoops in Anuka.
Yeah.
It's literally 5 minutes from my home, and the boss has been really supportive. She hired me knowing that I was going to do this. She's been very supportive of me, and you can't ask for a better boss when these things happens.
Yeah.
So my day job, it's a part-time job at the scooping ice cream, but then the rest of the time is just given to chocolate. But because I am opening the Coco Flake shop,
Let's talk
I'm sure
about
you heard.
that. You just announced it. Of course I heard. I'm obsessed with you. I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna open a shop.
At first it was supposed to be just a production facility to provide to different stores and, expand and be able to take care of more orders. Christmas last year was a blur. I couldn't keep up with orders. It's a great feeling not being able to keep up with orders, I guess. It's good. It's like it lets you know that people actually love your things, and that was fantastic. But I want to be able to provide and do more events and give more chocolate, for example, to Golden Fig, expand my business. And so, with a friend of mine, we've been looking for the right place, and the right place came into Robbinsdale. But it's basically on Main Street. You can't just have a production facility, you have to have a shop.
Yep.
So I decided that it wasn't just going to be production, it was just going to be production and a super small retail space. It's just, it's just a way you walk in, you have a case of chocolate and then a shelf. This is what I'm envisioning, a shelf with, let's call it dry product that they don't need to be in the refrigerator, like bars or dragues. We'll see about that. And then, yeah, you buy your chocolate and you go about your day.
So you will, I mean, I find it so lovely that you're scooping ice cream, you're working these jobs, you're like saving money, trying to get this space. I'm happy it's in Robbinsdale because that's pretty close to me. So I'm excited about that. Will you go? I mean, I can't imagine what it feels like to be making this thing with such intention and such love, and then you're overwhelmed with orders and the like stress and anxiety of that because I mean, not anyone can just fill in and help you, can they?
No, it's not that easy. However, I do have a good friend who's been doing Christmas time for 2.5 months last year. She helped me out. She was there every Saturday with me. She did fillings for me because she's also a pastry person. So having that pastry background, I can just put, the recipe in front of her and say, this is what you have to do. And she has questions. It's easy explaining. And I would take care of all the painting of and the chocolate part. But yeah, it's not like you can just pick a random kitchen person and be like, yeah, just work with me. There's
Yeah.
a lot going on in there.
Um, is it hard to like, you're this creative person, pastry is so exact, chocolate's pretty exact too. Is it hard to switch gears and be thinking about like food permits and ordering product and tax and what's the tax in Robbinsdale and like literally going into the whole business side?
Well, for tax purposes, I do have somebody who takes care of all that. I'm gonna say I'm not that smart. Also, I'm from Italy, so this is a whole different system for me, and I don't want to mess it up. So I have somebody that takes care of taxes and looks over my
Yep.
business under that point of view, and I don't have to worry about it. Numbers are not my forte, so
Yeah, me too.
it's like, no, thank you.
How did you get
Um,
here from Italy?
I met a friend in was it 2007, I believe. We were both studying abroad in Ireland, and we became very good friends. And I came to visit her the year after, or a couple of years after, and it was January, and it was snowing, and I woke up, and like everything was cover white snow, wonderful. And I was like, I'm in love. I love the snow. I want to do this. It's like, I can live here. It's like everybody dreads about the snow. And I'm like, no, 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 more snow, more snow.
I love it. Where in Italy did you grow up?
In Rome.
Oh, so right in the city. I love Rome. I've spent a ton of
Yeah.
time there.
So yeah, I decided that I was going to move. I've visited more states during my time. I've decided to travel with my friend. Once I graduated from college, I took a 3 months off from everything, and we just road trip around the West Coast. So I have a little bit of knowledge about state to state, and Minnesota feels right to me. It's been my home for almost 15 years.
I love it.
Um, yeah, New York, Boston, they're too crowded. The South is too hot. I don't do good with hot.
Which is funny
California,
coming from Rome because it's getting
yeah,
real hot there.
It really does, but I have never did good with the heat, so I'm like, no, thank you.
Okay, full disclosure, we're both multitasking. Like you're getting
Always.
ready to go to work. I'm getting ready to do a TV segment. I'm baking cake. Well, I wanted to chat with you because I'm really excited about your product. And can you like I didn't know that you did chocolate bars too. Is that new
Mhm.
or
Um, I think I launched it after Christmas, or right around Christmas because I had it at the Yen's event. So right around Christmas, I launched the bars. It's a new product. I'm expanding into that too. It's fun. You can create more flavors. I've partnered with Lucky Hot Sauces, if you're familiar.
I am?
We work in the same kitchen. And he looks at me one day and he goes like, I have all these dry skin peppers and I don't know what to do with them. Can I grind it for you and can you put it into chocolate? And I'm like, yes. So now I have a super hot spicy bar with ripe jalapeno peppers, and it I describe it as a not Minnesota friendly spice,
Yeah.
and people understand exactly what I'm talking about. But I have more requests than I expected for it, so it's pretty fun.
And so currently, how can people find your chocolates and when do you anticipate the store will be open?
Golden Fig right now, it's the only place where you can find the chocolate. Unfortunately, I don't have the chance to expand right now. We're also into summer, so business is a little bit slowing down. I generally do shipping, but then again, summer, so I don't want people to have their chocolate melted when it
Yes.
gets to them. And so yeah, right now just Golden Fig, and I'm doing a big event in June 8 and 9 with Minnesota Craft Council at the St. Paul Depot.
Hmm.
That's a 2-day event from 10 to 5, I believe. There's information on my website and on my Instagram account. I do recommend if people come to bring their ice packs because it's going to be hot. And again, you don't want your
Yeah.
chocolate to melt in the process. And and then the shop should be open in the fall. I think if everything goes well by mid-September. That is my goal. Now, assuming health department allows,
Yes. Yes.
all the work gets done in time. But it needs to be done for the so-called chocolate season, so October moving forward, so I'm able to provide more product.
Can you tell me describe your three top flavors?
Definitely coffee, which is the Italian flag designed on the chocolate.
Did
We're
you
obsessed with coffee.
I'm obsessed with the did you see the Taste Buds episode that I did where I was describing it?
Yes.
It's so funny to me. I did not know you were Italian and I did not know you lived in Rome. And when I was describing the way that that coffee tasted, that is exactly like how I was describing there, like you're standing at a counter and you're drinking a glass of espresso. That is exactly the image I had in my mind when I tasted that chocolate. So it's funny to kind of put all this together now after the fact.
So I'm succeeding. This is what I'm here. I'm succeeding. And my goal of giving you the taste of the espresso and that it's not overpowering, but it's there and it's well balanced and it's not too sweet. Because most people don't even put sugar in their coffee. And if they
Yeah.
do, it's like a little bit. Think about the espresso is like literally compared to the American coffee, it's 2 drops of coffee.
Yes. Yes. No, I just love that chocolate bite so much.
Another one there's two the bonbons that are really popular, which is the salted caramel,
Hmm.
um, and the passion fruit. I don't even know how I managed to create that passion fruit. That ganache recipe. I just did, and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's the right amount of sweetness because the white chocolate gives the sweetness and the passion fruit filling it's tart, and then there's the crunchy component. The crunchy component I knew I wanted in there because I had it when I was doing pastry desserts. So I knew that it was going to work really, really well together. So yeah, it's like it's a bite of wow, what is happening in my mouth,
Yeah,
right?
totally. Because it's sort of soury, citrus, sweet, like almost like a little acidic too, like all at the same time, kind of giving you that puckery punch. but then it's sweet.
But and at the same time, it's not something that you're like, oh my God, this is way too much. I can't handle it. Like
No, uh-uh.
the balance that it's, and most of the things like I do, it's just like I tried and then I taste and my partner tastes them and he goes like, oh my God, this is fantastic. I love it. I
Yeah,
love it.
that's so great.
And the bars, as far as bars product, I know you said three, but I'm gonna go into
Sure.
one of the bars. The White Dream Crunch. Obviously White Dream because I created over Christmas, so it was snowing that day. So I was like, yeah, sure, it's a White Dream Crunch. I got the inspiration for that out of the one of the Kinder eggs.
Wow.
Um,
Yeah.
they I've never seen those in here in the US, but they have these teeny tiny Kinder eggs around in Italy, and they're filled with hazelnuts and creamy filling. And I'm like, I need to create something like that. Obviously, not that, but something like that. And as I'm working around a recipe, and I did it, but in a crunchy way. That egg, it's more like a creamy way. Mine is crunchy. And my fiance just loves it. It's my partner just loves it. He's just like, oh my God, it's just like, it's my favorite. Did you have one that didn't come out right? Can I have it? Can I have it?
I love that he's like your taste tester. That's fun.
He's been he pushed me into this business because he saw how much it made me happy. He's my main supporter. He's the one that also picks some colors and some flavors. He has some good ideas. So I'm always listening to what he has to say about how I'm approaching the business. I go to him and talk about issues that I might be having. It's great to have such a supportive partner because doing this by myself, I don't think that I would be able to. I mean, I am technically doing by myself, but I'm not alone in this.
Yeah, and everybody needs, I think creatives in particular, like you need a board of directors. You need someone that's supportive. You need to talk through ideas. You need someone that feels like they're on your side. And a lot of us work kind of alone or
Yeah.
in, quiet environments when we're creating. So it's nice to have that. I have that with my partner too.
I bounce ideas back and forth with him. I asked him, "What do you think about these flavors?" And he gives opinions back, and he goes like, "Well, maybe you should try it." And generally, I do my trial error at home, so we see how they turn out. We try them together. We give opinions, and then yeah, maybe this is gonna work. This is not gonna work, and so it's good. It's good.
I love it. Well, it's really, really nice to meet you. I was just thrilled when I found out about your chocolates and I got the ability to showcase them in an episode that we did on Taste Buds, the
Mhm.
Mother's Day one. I gave them to Zoe, who,
I saw that.
yeah, and she's like a hard person because I admire her so much, but I wanted to give her something that was maybe something that she wouldn't do on her own, And
Mhm.
so I thought it was the perfect gift. Thank you so much for joining me, Denny. And when the store opens, let me know. I'll come up and say hi and visit, and we'll meet in person. I really appreciate you being here today.
Thank you for having me. This was wonderful, and I'm looking forward to have you at the store and meeting you
Yeah,
in person.
absolutely. All right. Have a good morning.
You too.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye bye.